Hello everyone and welcome back to another Black Clover mobile video. So today we actually got our first ever step up banner, and it's actually Charlotte. So this is not actually a new character, but rather the Charlotte we already have in game, and you can actually acquire her from the normal banner or from any character banner. But this is actually a step up banner. You do actually 10 steps and you can guarantee the character with rewards for each step. So as you can see, the first step you get some gold, you get some potions in the second step. Also the fifth step is actually a very good discount. It's only a half of a multi, and the ninth step is also half of a multi, and you actually guarantee to get Charlotte on the 10th step. So it's basically a very good value if you want like this character. So I hope they will do the step ups banners very frequently. So if you guys want to snipe a character, you can actually get them with the step up banner. But before I will tell you should you summon or not for Charlotte, and if it's worth it, let's go take a look at what Charlotte actually can do. Is she a good character? Is she not? So let's go in game and actually check her out. So she is the first character here. So let's take her and see, and I will explain what she do while we play. So her first ability is actually a single target damaging ability, and she attacks after applying 30% increased damage if an enemy has a mark. So right now there is no enemy have a mark on them, so she will do just normal damage. But if the enemy had a mark debuff on them, she will do 30% more extra damage. That's very good. So her skill number 2 is an AoE that has a 50% chance to apply the mark debuff, and applies a reduced defense level 2 for 2 turn on enemies. That's defense reduction by 50%. So let's see her skill number 2 in action. So as you can see, she will guarantee debuff the enemy, but the mark debuff, as you can see right here, the one next to the debuff, is the most important one, but it's only 50% chance turn. And now her, as you can see, when you use the skill number 1, she will get actually a 30% more damage increase. I mean, this character is built around the mark debuff, and her ultimate is an AoE that applies attack reduction to all enemies. So the enemies will be attack reduced by 52%. That's actually a big debuff. And she has a 40% chance of applying bleed to an enemy, dealing continuous damage. So she will guarantee reduce the attack of enemies, and she can proc bleed on them too. I mean, let's see her ultimate in action. So as you can see, very basic. She will reduce their attack, and she can proc bleed. So let's actually talk about the mark debuff, like the debuff she applies with her too. So this debuff is actually interesting, and so what's the thing with the mark debuff? So it grants an additional turn if an enemy with a mark is defeated. So if the enemy right here, like if you can kill them, you can't, but if you can kill the enemy right here, your character actually gain an extra turn. I mean, it's a very powerful buff, but it's not consistent, because for Charlotte, I don't think she will be able to do that much of damage to gain the extra turn, and it's only 50% chance to apply the debuff in the first place. So I mean, skill 2 or have the turn cooldown, 3 turn cooldown. So you have 50% chance to apply the mark, or you will fail. So for example, in PvP, you actually have 50% chance either you apply the debuff and you don't apply it. So maybe she will be killed in those 3 turns. And then after that, after the 50% chance, after you win the 50% chance, you actually need to kill the enemy in 2 turns. So it's actually asking you a lot to do. So you need first of all to apply the mark that has a 50% chance with a skill that has 3 turns cooldown, and then you need to kill the enemy after 2 turns. I mean, if listen, if the debuff was permanent, she would be cracked. She would be actually cracked. But the buff only lasts for 2 turns. That's not very good. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, yeah, I mean, what can I say? The mark debuff could. I mean, if it was at least 4 turns, would be very good. Maybe you can actually guarantee a kill with your DPS, and they can gain an additional attack. But yeah, I mean, 2 turns is very low. So let's talk about her combined attack. Her combined attack is actually very good. It applies incapacitate level 5, so that's actually increases damage taken by 70%. I think this is the best thing about her, that it's only a single target, by the way. I think the best thing about her is her combined attack, and her united attack is with soul. It's also a single target damaging ability, and attack after applying 30% increased damage to yourself if an enemy has a mark. So it's actually the same as her skill number 1. She applies the buff if the enemy has mark on them. Her passive, her LR passive, is applies 20% defense reduction to an enemy with a mark for 2 turns. So when an enemy has a mark debuff, she will automatically apply the defense reduction. That's very strong. And her unique passive applies 2.5% increased damage if there is at least one opponent with a mark. So as you can see, her whole kit is built around the mark debuff that she can only apply with her skill number 2, that the skill that have 3 turn cooldown, the skill that have 50% chance to apply the mark debuff. I mean that's very bad. I mean, if this skill 2 was the skill number 1, I mean, if this skill 2 like was doing 0 damage, but at least there is no cooldown on it and it applies the mark debuff and it's an AoE, this character would be very good. But I mean, yeah, I mean, she is a red character, she is a debuffer character, so you can use her in the, I think, the gear. You can build her for a specific gear team. What gear stage can she be good on? Let me see. So as you guys can already tell, I'm not a big fan of Charlotte. I mean, he's like, I don't know, like two changes, 3 changes maybe, and she will be like a cracked character, very good. But right now I can't recommend you to summon on her. So yeah, I mean, you can use her for the I mean, these stages. I mean, I don't think you should focus on these stages. I think these enemies are, I mean, I can check it. Let me see. I mean, yeah. So the third gear stage, you need red characters. So if you need maybe what gear does it drop from here? So it does drop the crit damage and the crit resistance gear. So I mean, you can build. I mean, you can build a team without her. I mean, there are a lot of better red characters in the game, to be honest. So, should you summon on Charlotte? I would say, I would not recommend that. I mean, even though it's a step up, it's a great value. I mean, I don't think she's worth it, man. I think everyone should save their summons for another character, or maybe for the next characters. So it's only 6 days for the next banners. I think everyone should save for what's next. So should you summon? I would say no. But if Charlotte is your favorite character, just you do you. I mean, if she will make you happy playing the game, just summon for her. But if you are trying to min-max, if you are trying to summon for the best characters, I would advise you to skip her. Maybe you can get her in the normal banner from singles, or for summoning for the other characters. And since we are here, let's do a summon on the Fana banner. I don't have her yet. I already did on summon, so let's do another one. Why not? So maybe we get an SSR, and I think we actually got an SSR. Did we? Oh, we did not. Okay. We did not, so yeah, I mean, whatever. So yeah, I mean, let's skip this. And we didn't even get Funeral Man. That's it, L multi. So this is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Don't summon, save your currency, and I will see you in the next one.